Play here in Coppell, Texas.
You did it right. I'm proud.
Oh,
Coppell? Is it Coppell?
Coppell. My name is Raven. This is Matt. We're at the Stop Click, of course. And we got our super awesome guest, General John Key from Area 51.
I got promoted. Wow. Okay.
In Grapevine, Texas.
Yes.
John, what do you do in Grapevine, Texas, Area 51?
I am the judge for Heroclix. It is possibly the greatest game I've ever played in my life. I cried at it. I've been mad.
We've laughed.
We had romance over clicks.
You know,
we
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But it's okay because it's a fraternity of players. I'm the judge there. I judge every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Everybody's welcome to come by. Like I said, it's a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood. Anybody can come by.
Grapevine, Texas.
New players, all players. We're a very welcoming community. That is for sure.
Until we get you on the table.
Then the cutthroat happens. That's unfortunate. But everybody's got to learn the hard way.
Shame. Anyway, John's here with a very special, awesome announcement regarding the DFW area in Heroclix, which, because I like being suspenseful, we'll get to at the end of the show. Now, for the entire show, we're going to be talking about resource relics and how they have maybe affected the game. Did WizKids do it right? Were they thinking positive when they did this, or did they just want to make people's lives a living hell?
I think they were thinking positive. Well, all good intentions are always put in things, but it also paves the way to hell.
I believe the initial intent was games over time must evolve, must change. Same with every game, right? Magic the Gathering does the same thing. Every few years they have to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. They did Planeswalkers 7 years ago. Everybody went crazy, and it was this huge thing that had never been done before. And in the same realm of that, I think WizKids decided that the game would be kind of stagnant. You had your pieces, that was all there was, and then they as the game grows, you have to have more innovation to it. You have to have more input. And I think that was their foray into something truly unique and something, once again, back to the community. Most of these relics and resource things started in OP kits that were unique to the stores. They were trying to drive people to try something new in a very open environment in the stores. Somewhere where you had to play to earn these really cool pieces, and everybody got one just for participating. Like, was the first one the Bat Belt, or was the first one the Infinity got one?
Actually, it's the very first one. If you really think about it, with that type of orange, it goes all the way back to Hammer, Phil, and Mjolnir.
Okay.
Because that
right.
That was the first item that you have to go over there, roll for it to get the awesome powers.
Yeah.
Okay. Which, until you've seen Bat Thor, you really don't know what game.
Bat Thor.
That is a thing.
Yeah, that is a thing. Batman runs over there and picks up that hammer, and the game is over. Trust me.
There you go. Well,
you've never seen stealth and invulnerability work in such an evil way.
Yeah, well, fair. I can only imagine how bad that would have been. I'm not quite that old role player.
John's trying not to have flashbacks.
Yeah,
Shell shock.
I'm holding it in. We're gonna be drinking after. Trust me. But yeah, so it started with Mjolnir, and I think they wanted to get more into the comic book feel to it, because there are people like, we've seen the Infinity Gauntlet, and I want to put that on and use it. How cool would that be? So I think that's where Infinity Gauntlet came.
Sure.
And it was an awesome tournament. The entire 6 months you got to play some really, you got to play for pieces that I don't think they've ever been made. Except with the exception of Adam Warlock. That Adam Warlock turned out to be one of the nastiest pieces I've seen in a long time. It's since and now, So, so we had a simple gauntlet. You put your gems on there. You turn the dial. You roll 1d6 after action. You turn it down. It was a simple mechanic. It was great, and they wanted to build more onto that. But I think they when they were trying to reinvent the wheel, they put too many cogwheels in it, because the more pieces that came, the more complex it became.
Well, and I think that was kind of partially the intention. I mean, obviously, the one thing that Heroclix has always been about, and it's kind of like a game of chess, except your pieces you can choose from thousands of. And I think that's the Infinity Gauntlet was their, like, number one. I didn't think it was necessarily broken. It could be played broken, and I think a lot of people did. I'll be honest, I just remember Beta Ray Bill. Remember Beta Ray Bill with an Infinity Gauntlet?
Yes.
And I remember not having a good time with that.
Vaguely. You don't remember the game? When you get a concussion or something like that?
Yeah.
Really hurt. You wake up and you're in a ditch somewhere. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. because generally that comes from, you know, they do the move and you just boom, and then you knock out, and then you wake up and the store's closed, and you know.
But I still don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, what I do remember the Infinity Gauntlet is I never felt like if you had it, you were, and if your opponent had it and you didn't, you were just outclassed. Yes, It was much harder. I still don't feel like it was in the realm of, well, he's playing this, I'm not, I lose instantly 9 times out of 10. I didn't feel like it was broken in the sense that as we get later on, I think we start to get in kind of the broken area. But we'll move on to the next one.
I think having resources kind of created an episodic feel to their storyline events. It actually gave you incentive to go month after month after month, almost like reading a comic book.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
You have to have that next piece. You have to have that next collection, because if you have an Infinity Gauntlet and you're using, I don't know, 4 gems because you missed some events,
best of 5.
right? It's embarrassing.
It's
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
You gotta have a gauntlet.
Yeah, it's a mark of honor.
Yeah,
It's like, I've went here all 6 months. I got this.
Great way to get people to come in over and over and over again, month after month, and that generates a fan base.
And it also breeds competition, and which is one of the few things that Heroclix is driven on, is competition and prize support. Yeah, unfortunately. But we see the best competition come out in these tournaments. You see new people coming in, they're getting energized, they're excited about it, because I got this piece that you won't see again.
Yeah.
Okay. The next piece after that was the No Man's Land.
Yeah.
That's a
Utility belt.
The one that got me this awesome map.
Yes. Yes.
And go ahead.
No, I was saying, you know what? I like utility belt. I thought that was my biggest problem with it overall. It's still in the realm of fairness until we started getting the con exclusive pieces, and this is where it was a little bit of a sore spot for me, because even though you went to all 6 events, you had your standard utility belt, and it worked. It did its thing.
But they have better pieces.
But they have better pieces or more unique pieces at
select events.
At select conventions. And I think if the secondary market value told you anything, was that number 1, they were scarce, and number 2, they were really, really good. So much that I felt like, I mean, you see somebody playing, you know, all their con exclusives on one utility belt, and you didn't feel like yours was the same kind of piece, that same bracket as what they were playing.
That's like driving a Volvo and seeing somebody in a BMW. You're like, oh, I just got this brand new Volvo. Check it. Hey, that's
cool.
That's next year's BMW. How'd you get that?
Well, and I'll be honest, like I said, I actually saw several utility belts that literally were the most expensive, like $150 worth of convention exclusives.
Only $150.
Only $150. Now, granted, this was, you know, I kind of got in on the end of that. But I felt like that may have been a little too. I like it where everybody can get something.
Yeah.
I like that. Now, as far as the actual gameplay of the piece, was it fair? Was it not fair?
Well, I'll put it to you. I used it in the ROC in Houston, and the biggest thing about it was the prep time. That right there, because I used it on the ABX store. And this was before they errated Tellus, so I had Tellus, Thor, and a bunch of pogs. And
I remember this team.
Yeah,
you're a bad person.
The belt on Thor is gonna hide behind the wall. Oh, that pog, pulse wave from that pog.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, that was. But the thing is, and once again, prep time, because I'll be honest, the random element of it was fine.
Yes, but prep time eliminated that. That made
that
made the Alpha Strike just.
Well, see, that's part of Batman's appeal. See, one thing I wish WizKids would have done is made the item that you were playing for exclusive only to that universe. For instance, the Infinity Gauntlet only plays
like the Amalgam universe when you saw Darkseid with the gauntlet. It's like,
exactly.
this is useless.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
Because
but come on, dude. You mean to tell me that you wouldn't put the Infinity Gauntlet on Batman?
Yeah. Well, this is true.
What are you talking about? I did.
We were just talking about Bat Thor. Okay, come on.
But the thing about that, if you and understand the type of player I am a comic book accurate player. I play Avengers. I play X-Men. I cannot wait till next year till they give me my Quinjet.
Hey, kids, comics.
Read them. Made all the decisions of my life.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, and I'll be honest, there could have been an element of fairness if they really did say you can only play the Batman utility belt on, say, someone with the Batman team ability.
That would have been perfect.
You know, and I'll be honest, I don't think you could have broken it like that. I don't think you could have broken it.
you couldn't break it like that because it's built for them. That was Batman's power.
Well, okay. Here's another thing. How does it affect the tempo of the game? I mean, you had the Bat Belt and you had to give the extra turn for the prep time. Another resource that does that is the Book of Skulls, which was next after that, right?
Yes, it was.
That to me slowed the game down.
Well, yeah, because the first 3 turns is everybody sitting there picking up hammers on their own side, and it actually had the reverse effect. Instead of breeding creativity, it actually stifled it because literally your entire team was okay. I have to have Split Lip, so I have to have the Book of Skulls. So my tent pole plus my Book of Skulls and these weird, usually very, very bad kind of characters were all dropping hammers so I can get my double equip of hammers. Yeah. And it just made this kind of we're all sitting here playing our own solitaire version until we're ready to fight. Yeah. And then it got
that should have been called prep time.
Yeah, they almost
right.
But the theme about that, and there's tactics about.
Oh, sure, I understand.
With the Book
you can overcommit.
You can overcommit and have somebody rush those people that are trying to get the skull. It's a risky commit, okay? Because if they run up there and they don't do what they need to do,
you get out and strike right back.
Oh, you're done. That's the end of the game right there. So in my opinion, I think it's sped up the time with.
If you weren't playing with the book, it was better. But you have 2 players that are playing with books, and all of a sudden,
you're gonna face something.
It's a roll off at that point.
Yeah. Who hit their impervious roll and who didn't? Okay.
Now,
it's over.
Regarding battling resources, my personal opinion is I didn't think WizKids did a good job at giving an answer to resources when they first started.
Absolutely not.
To where okay, you have a resource, what can I do about it? Build my own resource.
Yeah. Fire with Fire was the only answer for at least 3 years.
Well, no, they had the Prime Catwoman.
Oh yeah, the one
not super competitive.
No, not super competitive. No, but now they're really starting to come out with some actual answers to resources that reward people for not playing resources.
Yeah.
First one that comes to mind is Lydia Mallard.
Lydia Mallard being the obviously Legion of Superheroes being arguably the most important piece in meta, especially against resource-heavy meta.
Now here's a thing too. It was actually recently ruled by WizKids. They have their own site up now for ruling. Lydia Mallard has a weird interaction with the power battery.
Yes.
Because if you have the power battery and you go second, then Lydia Mallard's ability won't trigger because the battery technically isn't placed at that point. Or there's some weird way to where you couldn't affect the battery with Lydia Mallard. Yeah. I can't remember the exact wording of it.
Well, obviously, the key being Lydia could steal the only ring, making it so that nobody could get their bonuses, which kind of breaks it at a certain point. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, no more emotional spectrum bonus because they don't have a ring, and
But then you have to go second with the battery in order for Lydia Mallard's ability not to work. Yeah. So if you're in a shop and you're playing against that one guy who is greedy for resources, play the battery, win the map roll, and go second.
Yeah.
Watch them sweat bullets.
Now, I will say that in between, right after the Book of Skulls, obviously the Book of Skulls, I think, kind of had this delay of game effect. I really didn't care for that. And I'll be honest, it was so good, though. Arguably.
I remember when you first got your Book of Skulls.
Yeah, I was.
And you're like, oh, look, Hyperion Prime, Split Lip.
I was a bad person.
Let's do it. You guys want to play Heroclix? No,
not anymore. Not anymore.
It's a whole, it's like 7 Mjolnirs. It's 7 of them. And they're painful to watch.
Actually, my now with Guardians of the Galaxy came out, my all-time favorite piece now is Tyrant. Because he's just like, oh, that's a hammer. That's cool. You don't get the bonuses for it. I get +1 to all my combat values because of it. So yeah, you know what? You prep.
Yeah, you go.
Put 3 hammers on him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and Tyrant's just gonna smack in his defensive ability.
Yeah, Tyrant's defensive ability is one of my favorite flavor-wise in the game. It's really cool.
So 1 through 3 impervious or invincibility, 4, 5, 6.
Nothing. You ignore everything.
Ignore.
Not
reduce.
Everything.
Ignore.
But yeah. I overall, I think that they've done a fairly decent job of trying to dial back the power levels. Battery does very well at not making the game slow because it doesn't have to have line of sight. And battery can kind of keep going. I mean, your pieces are moving and advancing and starting to fight while the battery is still doing its job. And I think that's the perfect balance of interesting and useful, but not slowing the game down.
What's your final verdict on this?
Well, the way I see it, what I use when it comes to anybody that uses a battery that wants to enhance their pluses, I break out my outsider team. The outsider team ability simply just
can't be modified.
Can't be modified for any reason. That'll shut it down in a heartbeat. Yeah. Okay, and I've been very successful with that. Cape Crusader and the original Outsiders. Yeah. You cannot go wrong.
There you go.
Awesome. My Indigo.
Indigo, yes. Yeah. I think they did a really good job at evolving the resources. When they first came out, it was kind of like you had to have them. Now it's gotten to a point where they're fun to play, and that's the big part about it. Not that you need to play them anymore; it's that you want to play them.
Exactly.
Because you can win without a battery against a person with a battery.
Yeah.
You can win with a battery against a person with another battery. And the fact that they have all different batteries for each spectrum that gives different powers, it makes me want to play them, not have to. I think that's the key, is making it fun.
Yeah. Yes, that is true. And I mean, of course, if WizKids would make them accessible for everybody.
No. All right. So,
moving on.
Moving on to the best part of the night, our grand announcement. John Key. General.
Okay, well, this happened early part of the year. We had a little bit of history of what I'm about to talk about. A guy came on to Facebook and asked, who's the best player in Fort Worth? And that was a good question. I didn't have an answer.
It's not me. We know this.
It's nobody.
Not since the Book of Skulls.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Those who can't do podcasts. Anyway, so I sat there and I was like, well, why don't we have a tournament? Why don't we go around to the stores that I knew at the time that were doing Heroclix? Because at the time we didn't know half these stores out here that had a Heroclix. I mean, we had the WizKids event system, which was awesome, but we didn't
really that. Well, they fixed it. They made it better.
It's much better now. Trust me. And we didn't have all the stores there, so I went around the stores and said, hey, would you be interested in doing a tournament where we take the first place and the fellowship player, we put them in the room and let them Heroclix it out until we find out the best player? And a lot of stores joined in. It turned into the Tarrant County Grand Prix, and it got to the point that people were mad at me. They were threatening me because I didn't invite them. And I was like, I didn't know that you were out here, and I didn't know you want to be interested.
He woke up with his favorite Clix piece broken off his base underneath the sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
Godfather style.
I know. I jumped out there. I was like, oh, Jesus. Anyway, so with that said, when it ended in June, we had a fantastic time. And thank you for Clockwork Gamer for hosting that first tournament. Badass. So I took a couple of months off because I was drained at the time, and I had to think about what we were going to do to up the ante. Evolve. Well, next evolution. All right, and we did. It's called the DFW Grand Prix. We are going across the Metroplex now, okay, to make the biggest, baddest tournament that anybody has ever seen in the region. We have the largest city in the United States and does not have anything for Heroclix.
Oh, now it does.
No, it does.
Now we got in contact with HC Realms, ROC?
Yes, ROC, the Realms Open Championship. We talked to Howard Brock, the owner. And
thanks, Howie.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Brock. And he has went around and he's helped us out a lot. We talked to him originally about it, and he was on board with it. He was excited. So we are going to go to 7 stores at the moment. I cannot I won't say the names of all the stores because
they will be listed soon.
Very soon, because we're in a state of flux. More stores want to be added on. So
until working things out. So.
Hopefully by the end of this week, actually, we'll have a definite answer. What we're going to do, we're going to find the best player in Dallas and Fort Worth. We're going to put them in a room in Generation X Comics and Euless. And we're going to find out who's the best players. I want all these stores to understand. I'm not looking for a person that's going to punk out. I'm not going to look for a person that's going to
Thunderdome. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
We're going. Yeah, that'll be awesome. We're going to the Kumite with this.
Kumite.
We're going. I need to find out who is Frank Dukes. I need to find out who is Chong Lee. Okay.
There you go.
I want your very best. I want the people who understand competition for what it's worth. We're gonna give you prizes that you'll want.
Well, the prize support is every store that's going to participate in this has an opportunity to have ROC qualifier.
Exactly.
So you're not only playing to be the best in DFW, you have a chance to play to be the best in the nation, maybe even the world, because you get a seat. If you win the qualifier, you get a seat at Gen Con or
I believe it's Gen Con.
Gen Con.
You get a seat in the first round.
Yeah. I mean that's awesome. And you have a chance to win an awesome map. We have
Wow.
all these awesome prizes available. Yeah. And instead of just one store in Texas being available like it was in 2014, every store in this Grand Prix will have the chance to pull one.
Instead of going all the way down south to Houston or the Woodlands and playing there, you're going to be able to play in your own
next
backyard.
door. Exactly.
That means people from there, from Oklahoma, Arkansas,
everywhere.
They're coming to your backyard to beat y'all out of y'all prize.
There you go. Yeah, you really are serious about this Kumite stuff. Huh?
Yes, I am.
Jesus, you got a little
phone.
Get that over here.
If let me be greedy about this. I want Area 51. Team 50. Yeah, thank you.
Mine.
First ring I actually got, believe it or not. All right, I want Team 51 to show up. Okay. All right, I want the last time this happened, a person from Roll to Play actually represented Area 51. Was not happy about that because hey, you guys are.
I tell you what. You want Area 51? You might as well put this ring on too.
That hurts.
All right,
really
hurts. So to recap,
but yeah,
this will happen next year. It'll start in January. Every month we'll have 2 tournaments, right?
That's correct. It starts in the second week of January because the first week is going to be DFW's first ever New Year's Rumble at Area 51. Bring it. It's going to be I'm still trying to fight for the winner takes all, but
it'll still be fun.
It'll still be fun. Okay, we're going to have prizes there. I'm going to throw stuff at y'all. Okay, it's going to be fun. Lots of fun for me. The second week, it's going to start in the second week of January. We're going to instead of doing originally we thought we were going to do one every week. That would kill.
No, yeah.
It's a little much. We're doing twice a month.
And
we're gonna end it in hopefully by the end of the school year. Yeah. And that way you can have a summer talk smack.
You best bet Roller Play is going to be involved with this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Here's the thing. We will host as much as the players will want to play. And what this boils down to is if you really want this to happen at this store, call ahead. We'll have details up soon at when you can call. But call ahead, reserve your spots. We'll be basing our prize package on the number of spots reserved.
Exactly.
So if we have 14 people, we'll have a 14 people prize package. If we have 25 people, we'll have a 25 person prize package. This is up to you guys and how bad you want to play here. So, we're not taking reservations just yet. We're figuring things out. But once we get the details and get this all ironed out, I'll have the event posted. I have every detail listed. We'll have a number you can call to reserve your spots. We'll have a whole system set up for you guys. So keep in touch in the future.
And understand, this is not something for the stores. This is something for you players.
Yes, you players.
Okay, I built this. This is part of my mad dream of conquer. But
put the orange ring back on.
I'm sorry. There you go. See, years ago I thought about this tournament, and I just didn't have the mindset or the knowledge to know where these stores are. I know where these stores are. The first Tarrant County Grand Prix, I met Raven there. I met stores that I've never seen before. And these owners are
exactly. Be out, meet new people, make new friends, make new enemies.
Exactly. New rivalries. New romance.
Hope that you play that Lydia Mallard.
Yeah. And so with that said, like I said, get to your store. Talk to your store owner. Talk to your judge. Talk to your judge first. Get them in. Get them onto this truck. This train is coming, and it's coming through.
It's going to Gravy Town.
It's going to Gravy Town. We're knocking down people. Call your mama, your grandmama, your big mama. Crazy Uncle Joe with the crazy eye. I want him there too.
Shoeless Joe.
Shoeless Joe. Aunt Connie with that list. Yeah. Try to take a selfie.
A little too personal.
Yeah. I want her. Get them all down here.
Clever Lang over here.
There you go.
Close
to home.
I ain't Raven. This is Matt.
Yeah. And I'm John Key, the man from Area 51.
Area 51 Grapevine. Come check them out. They got a really awesome.
And thank you for watching the Stop Click.
Yes.
That's it. And at Roll to Play. We're here at Roll to Play. Stop Click Roll to Play.
Yeah, that too.